Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful day with us on Live with Lloyd. I am your host, astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. I have my dear friend and brother, Aquarian brother Simon, King Simon, that's going to be on joining us in a couple of minutes. And I do want to thank you very, very much for joining us, as I always do. Um, it's been a very interesting week, seriously. But in the meantime, though, before I get into all that, let me tell you that the show is brought to you by U Juice. It is absolutely sugar free. It is free of all the things that would cause people problems, GMOs, preservatives. It's sugar free. It's got vitamin D. It's got keto. Of course, you got to shake well before you do it. But I tell you this, I've ordered my cases, and let me tell you, it comes in 3 flavors for which you should really take advantage. The one on the left, the passion, that's my favorite. That's the one I ordered. Okay. So I'm just telling you it's good. Also, Nicholas Brooklyn, they said 50 years, but actually they need to give me a ply with 51 because they're heading into the 51st year of being in business. And they're one of the greatest stores. I defy anybody to go into this store and get one item. I say you can't do it. And I've been going there for years. It is hard for me to get out of that store without getting at least 2 to 3 items. And what I do before I even get busy, I get my stuff, put it on the counter, then I check out. It's like that. Also, Manifest on Purpose, Miss Kimberly, who does a tremendous job actually it's Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, with not only Manifest on Purpose on Monday and Wednesday, but also the Abundance Thursday. And then she has her astronumerology revealed. So she's really stretching out. And I want to let you know that on the 21st, next week, Inkuru will be featuring his show. In fact, I'm going to have him on in March. And for the March Power Series on Precious Stones, he will be my featured guest. But before I bring on the main attraction, as they call it, let me tell you about today. It is Monday. It is the 17th. The sun is in Aquarius. The moon is in Libra. The moon is in Libra, but it moves into Scorpio at 7:19. So in about really another 10 or 15 minutes, we will have switched from one moon into another moon sign. And this is what they call moon void of course. In astrology, they'll tell you when the moon is void of course is because it's about to switch from one sign into another. It's like having one foot in one sign and then the other foot in the upcoming sign. So in less than 15 minutes, we will definitely be into signs. So those who are giving birth today to children, the moon of your child will be in the sign of Scorpio. If you had your child and gave birth earlier this afternoon, up until now, then the moon of your child will be in the sign of Leo. It is a master number 11 universal month, a 5 universal week, a 1 universal day. Leos, Aquarius, like my guest, Aries, for those born on the 1st, like my guest, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th, 19th, 22nd, 28th, and 31st of the month. Well, this should be you. I have the pleasure of bringing up a very dynamic brother. I wish I could promote him the way he promotes me. It's so embarrassing, but that's his skill. He does it better than me. You know, we all got skill sets. So, but when it comes to promotion, but if you look at his background, it's always been in promotion. And I present no other than my brother, King Simon. Simon.
Greetings. Happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday, Lloyd.
Thank you. It was fun. All my kids' calls. It was just interesting. Very interesting day. Very, very fortunate, you know.
And happy birthday to a mutual comrade of ours, Les Brown. Today is his birthday.
Yeah, also. Les Brown is his birthday.
Michael Jordan, and so many people. So
yeah, in fact, Huey P. Newton's birthday is today too, the founder of the Black Panther Party.
Exactly.
Jim Brown's birthday is today too, of the Cleveland Browns.
The Cleveland Browns. Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, that's who you play. Yeah.
Yes. How you been, brother?
I've been fine. You're doing, let me tell you, when you were in New York last time and we were at Nicholas Brooklyn, you did something over and above. I know you always do the birthdays and stuff, But what you did was a play on words.
Yes.
Now,
Sir.
what got you into that? In fact, let me explain why. Well, there's a reason why the brother's on the show. That's because this 22nd, this weekend on Saturday from 1 to 3, he is having a grammar numeration.
The grammar of numeration and how to
thank you.
And how to consciously articulate it. Yes.
Yes, get me straight, brother. Get me straight. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Simon, what do you mean the grammar of numeration?
Well, one thing, my stress is to really open up the importance of being open to the grammar of numeration without limitations. Because what happens is that from the time we've been doing numerology and following other people and learning from Kiro and learning from, of course, Miss Dow or Miss Juno or going back to Florence Campbell.
Yeah,
there's always a set grammar that you see. But when I go to the older numerologists, let's say you might say life path, and life path be mixed up with destiny and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, these are people that there's times that has changed, and it keeps on evolving. That these names, because that older numerologists, I noticed that they don't say, some of them don't say life path, they don't say destiny. They'll just say the vibration of this frequency, vibration of this, the vibration of that number. So everything started changing over. And again, numerology is a science that's constantly changing, like any other science. We're going to move forward based on the new information presented. That's what we're going to do. So my job as far as using numeration, where I created, of course, numbers are not just symbols to me. They are activators of personal power, motivation, and transformation. So
that makes sense. That makes sense.
And because even in your book, you help to transform, but I tell people just as grammar structure language and communication, the grammar of numeration, how I'm going to present it, structures how numbers guide your mindset, actions, and destiny. Being open to this system without limitations. It's like something that, let's say when you deal with let's say we deal with the number 4, where in Asian countries, you have people that fear the number 4. And we know 4 can be a number of structure and discipline and system, and is often seen as a rigid and unlucky number in certain places. However, from a numeration, because we want to motivate you with number, flips the script, flips the thinking. Instead of fearing 4, uses powers to build foundation, create stability, and turn discipline into success. That's the job. That's the goal, because people look like they just want readings. That's why I tell people, don't call me for no reading. I don't do readings. I don't want to be known for readings. I do consultation, because because consultation with JP Morgan, he made it put to work. He let you know whatever he got from Miss Adams, he put it to work to be one of the richest men back in the day. Whether you
JP Morgan Bank in his name as a bank still exists.
I mean, he had 100-year plus plan.
Yeah,
he had a plan. So that's what my job is to because remember, the word numerology was coined in 1907, but they tried to give it to a Julian Staton when it was really a woman named Julia Seton that did it. And
S-E-T-O-N.
But you can see what was the transformation, Julian to Julia, and not because back in those days, of course, there was male chauvinists and all that, so they probably wanted to give it to the man. I got it, but there was not enough information about this man, not enough. But then Julia's daughter wrote a book, Dr. Juno. She wrote a book. So Julia, after she studied with Miss Ballet, she actually coined the word numerology, because it wasn't said before 1907. It was not said. And I looked at
it. Just talked about numbers in the sense of numbers and their influential, their frequencies and vibration and stuff. But I don't, because I'm trying to mentally go through his books, and I got all of them. I don't think I've ever heard him use the word numerology, not unless near his latter part of when he died in 1936 in Hollywood, California. But before then, no, his older books, huh?
Who's that you mentioning? Who that you?
Kiro. Hero
Hero.
was born on November 1st of 1866 and died in October 8th of 1936 in Hollywood, California.
It is critical cycle. What we know is critical.
Exactly. Thank you, Simon.
When you go to that lady, like I was telling you, this lady right here, let me bring it. All right, Miss L. Dow Bellet.
Yeah.
All right. She says philosophy of numbers. There's no numerology throughout the whole book, unless the new publisher puts it in there. You might see it
in the introduction.
They doing it because it's a remix of a book written in 1908. Mind you. So it wasn't introduction. She didn't even say it, but her friend, her student was the one that coined it all over the world because she taught in South Africa. She taught all over, and that was Dr. Julia Seaton, an MD now, an MD. So again, this number
that makes sense because that they use the word ology and everything, biology, right, all that stuff. So that makes perfect sense.
And we know Pythagoras did not invent the word numerology because Greek. That's not the language they spoke in Greek. If Greece, we didn't speak the English language, but it is. We know the English language is a blend of different languages. So the ology, numero, biology, all of that, we know it all comes from different languages. But we got to really. So my job is in this workshop, is to let people realize that there is no rules, but you try to stay with the base. Because I always used to hear you say, and the rule is, and the rule is. But when I go to the word rule, Lloyd, when I go to the word rule in the Pythagoras system, it adds up to 20, which is a 2. But we can go with the 20 because 20 we know in compound numerology is the number of awakening, discernment. But also we know it's an intuitive number. So just by learning about the word rule is telling me to follow my intuition. It's telling me to go there because that's the vibration that it adds up to. And then in the Chaldean system, it adds up to 16, which is a 7. And you and I know that in compound numerology, what that 16 is. Yes. And what it also represents and how you got, if you don't plan fatality, if you don't make certain moves and plan what you do, you plan to fail. But it adds up to that 7 again, another intuitive number. So that means the rule that we keep on saying that this is a rule to this and a rule to that, when rules are made to be broken. We all know this. So there's times when you're going to have to break the rules, but that's time when you give up the logic and go with the intuition. Exactly.
Well, the intuition takes you to another level, which is how things are discovered.
Exactly. That's why the maverick scientist, Nikola Tesla, is so successful. They had to kill him for his stuff. And he was born July the 10th. Yeah, that energy, that Cancerian, that intuitive energy of the Cancerian energy, but also that 710 energy. So we got
that's mixed with the logic, the one
exactly
emotion and the logic, intuition and logic.
So my because I put my this word in the lexicon dictionary, but it has to build algorithm. Numeration in the next 50 years is gonna take off. I already know.
Oh, that's gonna be standard.
Yeah, it's gonna be standard that you're gonna motivate people with numbers. You're not just gonna read them no more. Because if you read them and without giving them an assignment, give them something to do, give them some nuance to activate. Because my motto is, Lloyd, let me tell you what my motto is. My motto now is activate, don't stagnate. That's my motto.
Makes sense. That makes sense to me.
Don't stagnate. Using the numbers to activate, don't stagnate yourself. Because we know there's a negative or a lower frequency of all numbers. And sometimes people go towards that, or some people go towards the high, or some people stay complacent. And we know comfort is the enemy of progress. Not in the age of Aquarius. This is a rebel age.
You best believe it. And Pluto Pluto went into our sign back on November 19th of last year. It's going to stay there till 2044. So it's going to be there for a minute.
And 2044
there's going to be revolution on all levels.
And 2044 adds up to a number 10. So you know what we gonna do. That number 1, I'll probably come back to this earth and do what I gotta do. Make me come back if I have to.
Simon, you'll be here. You're too busy to go somewhere right now.
So my job is to remove the fear of even the karmic numbers and all that. 13, 14, 16, 19. I'm here to remove the fear because I remember a young lady back in Nicholas years ago, about 10 years ago. She was afraid to do numerology because of the morbid information of numerology, the scary information. Everybody throwing out, 911 represents this and this person died on this. And you're getting people scared instead of keeping
paranoid projection, though.
Exactly. Paranoid projection. So that's the job that I believe I came to do. That's why I've been up every day since I was in my number 11 year last year, my 11th personal year. I was up every day. Remember, you got to download those ideals and put them to work, as you know.
Brother, no, because sometimes I'll see notices of what you're about to put on. I says that this brother getting any sleep. You must be fired up and stuff, you know.
Even when I'm sleeping, I'm dreaming, I'm working. I don't know what's going on, Lloyd. So and then push me up to the front again. I want to break down just the word grammar. I'm going to talk about grammar. Please, I got to talk about grammar. So when you get into the word grammar, family, let me put my light back up. I put it down I turned it off for a reason. All right, the word grammar. I always tell people, if people, I say always look for the master numbers in any name, any word, because that intensifies what it equates to. Whether it equates to a number 3, like like this does already, it equates to 39, which is a 12, which is a 3 in the Pythagorean, and in the Chaldean system, it adds up to a number 21, which is a 3. So grammar is already about expressing yourself and expanding. But remember, 21 is an initiation number, the crown of the Magi.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I'm going to break all that down in my class. Yes, you see 33 showing up, but people got to recognize there's 44 showing up in the name. And 44 is the master number of dedicating yourself and the master number of trusting in the order of the universe. So why I've decided to do the grammar of numeration, because I'm trusting in the order of the universe to help me to express myself on a higher level, helping people to be initiated and tell them move on.
You know what I like about you, Simon? We both get worked up.
Hey,
I get excited. People don't understand, but if they knew what we knew, and studied as long as we have, it's just like with grammar.
Yes.
Did you make that up? It's a 3. And what is grammar about? Expression. Knowing the 8 parts of speech. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
To know how to put words in a certain context to convey, that can make you cry, make you hate. The power of words in grammar is awesome.
Right. And that's why, sometimes we do quote unquote readings and then we leave them off to themselves. And I like what Jazz does when she does her classes and she gives them homework. You got to give people temple work, not just homework. Temple, the home is the temple. This is the home. And a lot of people, and I just came out with a new workbook from based on one of my lessons back in 2024, just so people can, and I put assignments there just so people can really read through it, research through it.
Do I have that book, Simon?
You don't have that. I can share screen. Let me share screen real quick. Let's see if I can
please. Thank you.
Share screen so I can show people.
At least I know how to pull it up.
Yes. Here, let me see. Let me find it. Okay, there it is. Boom. That is it. Can you see it behind there?
Yeah.
That's it. That's my new ebook.
Oh, this is nice, Simon.
I did that in one day. I had to break down certain things.
That's
and put
nice.
It in. This is for it's free for everybody for who participates in the workshop February 22nd. It's absolutely free. Once you pay, I'll send it via email. It's a workbook not connected to the class itself. It's a workbook called King Simon's Numerational and Spiritual Lessons of Life Workbook Part 1. I've got 10 volumes. I got to put out 10 volumes. And this is going to be
okay.
Yeah, this is available for $5.55 right now. It's an ebook. It's an ebook. It's a quick ebook. I ain't even turned it into anything physical yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's available now. And if they text me and say they want it, the number's right there. 347.
I want it.
Yeah. Well, Lloyd, for you family, I'm gonna hook you up.
Okay, I want it, Simon.
But again, it's about putting in the work. And I created another word, but I didn't put it in the lexicon. I call it plurk. Now, I don't want you to go twerking. I want you to be plurking. That means play and work at the same time. Play and work at the same time. Plurk. Let's plurk this thing. Every month, if I
Simon, you know what? At times, I think we both need counseling. Yo,
hey, Lloyd, remember what Rihanna said? Every month, if I be plurk. Let me have to plurk.
Oh boy!
She born February 20th, so I know what.
I know. Her birthday's at the end of this week. On Thursday. Yeah.
So that's the new ebook. Anybody's only $5.55. I keep that 555 running. and it adds up to a 15, which is a 6. I'm in my number 3 year, so I had to put it together with that. I had to keep it together. I had to keep that unity together.
Simon, that's nice, man. Yeah.
Go ahead, Lloyd.
Definitely.
Thank you, brother. I'll send it to you.
No question. Please do.
Oh, no, I got you. I want you to look through it, man, because this is the first volume, part 1.
And so you're going to have 10 of these.
I'm going to 10 volumes of like at least 26 to 30 pages of information. But after every lesson, then there's an assignment for you to write or do an essay and how it can help you, or write a paragraph and how it can help you. We're helping you write, not just type. I want y'all to write with your pen and paper, because I can still do script. I write script, cursive. I'm very good at it. But I'm telling people, we forgot that connection because we're on these apparatuses. We forgot that connection, and writing is spiritual. That's why people used to be able. I have books on people used to read people's handwritings, know how to read and what mood they was in.
Graphology, that's what it's called.
Exactly, that's what it's called. Yes,
yeah, graphology.
I had this years ago. I didn't know I even had these books until I looked.
Well, I have books on graphology.
Yes.
The way the curves and the way you dot and cross your T's, it's amazing how all of these ancient arts reveal so much, man, without having to say a word.
And even in divination, or divine nation, I don't like to call it divination, divine nation, because that's where it comes from. It's that divine nation. It comes from the creative force within yourself. And although people think that man created numbers, no, I say numbers has always been here. It's always, because when you study patterns, cycles, and sequences, before man exists, there's been cycles, patterns, cycles.
Yeah, I agree 1,000% on that one. We just maybe gave these numbers as we now know it, the name numbers, or numbers 1 through 9, but they always existed.
They always, just like on the Fibonacci, we know Fibonacci went and studied amongst the Moors and got the quote unquote system, because most of the Fibonacci patterns is on turtles, is in the beehive, is on shells. We already know about this stuff. Please give us some clout. Don't give it to an Italian.
Brother, I'm on the same page as you. Yeah, I ain't taking nothing away from nobody, but don't take nothing away from us.
Don't take nothing away from us, please. Don't do. And that, but we understand what time period we were in, because they was conquering and fighting the Moors and trying to eliminate different aspects and steal from us and cut out people's tongues just to burn down libraries and all of this stuff they was doing. So, but I like what Kaba Kamene, and you should get him on your show one day. I'll give you his number. Kaba Kamene, you should get on your show one day. Booker T. Coleman. You remember Booker T. Coleman?
Yeah.
The educator.
Yeah.
I remember him saying at a class one time, what white folks regurgitate or what white folks throw up, the truth is in the vomit. You just have to know how to sift it out, because they conquered, they won the war, and then they threw everything out in their own way, because those who won the war rewrite the books. But the truth is in whatever they're throwing out. You just have to go dig through the vomit that they gave us and go sift through it and then dissect it to find out where the truth is. You understand? I know, Lord. And that's why it took me, I remember calling Lloyd and saying, yo, this was discovered by I remember when we were talking about numerology, I said, because everybody and now Lloyd, the argument among scientists and mathematicians is if Pythagoras existed. Because there's not that much information about Pythagoras out there, but there was a group called the Pythagoreans.
Yeah. So what they do say of him is that one thing is clear to me.
Yeah.
That among being the father of whatever geometry, he was definitely the father of numerology. But what brief they did study was that he went into the land of Egypt to study, which begs the question on what continent is Egypt, and it is on the African continent. Okay, although they tried to move it over to Europe side, but no, it is African in its totality, Egypt.
But let me share something with you. You're gonna laugh at this one here, boy. I gotta share something with you about the name Pythagoras and what it means. We got to remember, people back in those days really believed in the meaning of words and names. They wouldn't give
etymology of it.
Right. They wouldn't give you a name. They wouldn't give you a name unless it meant something. So going back to and I had to look this up again, but Lloyd, when I say I be going in and studying, okay, it says the name Pythagoras is a Greek name that means from Pythios, the marketplace. The first part of it is Pythios, the marketplace, in combination with the word Pythios. I mean, it's Pythios, an epithet of Apollo, but the word Agorius, which means marketplace and assembly. So wait a minute. His name means marketplace and assembly. His name
or to
means
assemble at a marketplace.
Exactly. So these people that might be the Pythagoreans may have assembled in different places. Now you got to go deeper into it. So I'm saying, man, if it comes from that group, and then in the verb, the Pythios also means to rot in the marketplace. Okay, what is rotting in marketplace more than fruits and vegetables and whatever? I mean, I'm just saying that
that's what that would indicate.
So that's his name. That's what it means. Really? Then who is this? That means then some people might say it means Ptah Osiris. Somebody I heard say that. There's so much now trying to come up, but again, there's not enough information. His bones wasn't even discovered, sir. What, they ate his bones and burnt it? What did they do? No children, none of that. None of this is found with Pythagoras.
No offsprings, huh?
No offsprings, no nothing. They're saying you can find offsprings of Jesus faster than you can find offsprings of Pythagoras.
Okay. But you know what's interesting? I saw an interview just the other day with Jazz Aphrodite on there.
Right.
And she had one of her words is kit something, but she talked about the etymology of these words, which we do not venture, where these words come as a result of some point of origin.
Right.
That's
you know
what I'm saying.
I'm going to talk to a famous mathematician who Billy Carson introduced me to, was Robert Edward Grant, and find out, honestly, because he's a number 7 also, he born May 16th. So I know he's a deeper research, although they like to give it to Pythagoras, and they don't want to say that they're most famous introducer of numbers, or the number science with music and all of that and geometry. They don't want to say he don't exist, but come on. If there's not that much information on him, then what are we making things up? What's going on? So again, I'm taking my time. I'm looking around. I'm contacting people that might have a little bit more access than I do.
Sure.
And it's going to help me to keep because that's why I started saying modern numerology instead of saying Pythagoras. I started saying it in my daily lessons that I get. Then I say vintage numerology because I know the Chaldeans. I have books on the Black Chaldeans. I have those type of books, and because they did it as a society coming together.
Well, you know, that reminds me of that book, Madame Blavatsky, Africa Counts. I'm wondering, I need to go back to that book.
I have it here.
Does she mention about Pythagoras and his point of origin? But I know she talked about how all this math actually comes out of the motherland, period.
That's right. Somebody said, she said, somebody, they trying to come after your girl. What Jazz talking about up there? They trying to come after you, girl? I hope not.
No, that ain't happening. She's a Taurus too. She ain't taking none of that stuff.
Yeah, that's my mama's a Taurus too. So my mama's a Taurus, so I know what that is. Yeah, but go ahead, Lloyd. I'm just here because of you, brother.
No. But I think it's nice. But while we're doing that, since you mentioned your ebook, let me just get this straight. Simon is the author of several books. This is the first one. I think this is your first one, right?
That is the first one. No promotion is bad promotion. All publicity is good publicity. Just spell my name right.
And I got all my books autographed.
Yes. You can't. I mean, you came to the one when Polite first published my first book. Remember?
Polite SOBs. I think.
Yeah, at SOBs we did that SOBs, and at that time it was called No Promotion is Bad Promotion. Just spell my name right. Then we revised it under Dr. Africa's label.
Yeah,
and that was it.
Now this is the one I've always been jealous of. Numbers are simple, people are complicated, because the numbers are simple to count.
Yes.
2 + 2 is 4.
Yes.
It's the people that possesses those numbers. They can be very, very complicated, But in fact, I do want to take a moment that this book that y'all are looking at, my viewers, my Live with Lloyd family, understand this book is if you go to do the research, the top 100 best-selling numerology books of all time, this is one of his books. Okay? And Simon is a new kid on the block. In other words, in under 20 years, he broke the records of All these people in the past that wrote these books, all of them.
I think it's because of the heavy promotion, Lloyd. I was just on it. You know me, bro.
It made the list of being the. So even if they cut it down to 50, we made 50. Two of mine are on this list. One of yours is on that list. And if they did it or cut off at 50, we'd have still made the list.
I think right now, I think this one, Numeration, is on the list now. I think it's on, but I haven't looked it up yet because that book there, because mental health is serious, and that's the only one of his.
Brother, I tried very serious. Very serious. Yeah. Numeration for mental stability, and let me tell you, more people are on edge right now, Brother Simon, than at any other time. Seriously. You got people talking to themselves. Well, at least here in the streets of New York, as we know. I don't know about in Atlanta, but I don't think of any place where people are not walking around homeless, talking to themselves, or whatever the case is. One of my favorite is Children, which is what you did here. Right. I love this book. Children's health is important. You sound like the Children's Health Defense Fund with Robert Kennedy Jr. You know what I'm saying about children? I mean, why should children get up to 72 shots? That's crazy.
I got stuff in there about vaccines also. I got stuff in there about that book, stuff about vaccine and who to go to for exemption.
Back
in the day, I got exempt back in the day from low.
And also, this is more of a creative thing that you can read to your children, your grandchildren, great grandchildren. And in fact, I was there when you first had the book. You autographed it, and also the illustrator autographed my book.
Yes. That's Rainbow Heights, Rainbow Arts.
November 27th is her birthday.
Yes, and her boyfriend is February 18th.
I totally she made the right pick. Well, because he's an Aquarius.
Ain't that something?
That's how it works.
And the new Angel number book is coming out soon. It's just that I've been editing because I want to do it differently than Doreen Virtue and everybody else. Because Doreen Virtue and a lot of them, although she denounced all of that, but whatever download she did receive at that time was all wise, right, and exact, because she was putting Jesus and everybody's name in this. I don't know what made her step away from it, but my book has the positive, the negative, and the numerational insight or angle to take.
Now, which one is this? Is this the new ebook you just put out?
No. That's the ebook. That's the basic ebook. I have a numerational angel and angles and angel numbers book coming out too.
Okay, I see. We got to have you back on soon, partner.
that one there, bro. I'm on my old computer when I wrote all those other books on my old computer doing the editing. Then I'm gonna send it to Joshua Sarah, and who does the graphics for me in the page. I thought I said. Let me see if I could see that and let you look at it so I could throw it on the screen. But Lloyd, first I want to say to the people on the audience, I want to say I'm proud of every one of you out there that has taken the time out to support our brother Lloyd and support me, but learn as much as you can. The Jackies of the world that learned under Lloyd and learned, the Kayas and all of them that has learned and applying and teaching. I'm very proud of all of you because
me too.
Although this is a simple numerology is probably the most simplest of them all, but it does take
dedication. It's the most complicated too, though.
But it can become
the most sneaky.
Exactly. It seems simple, but it can become it takes dedication to really get it. And you will never master the infinite powers of numbers. You will just be better your best in every realm, every time you step out, everything that you study, every cycle, every pattern, every secret, every star that you study, every entertainer, everybody that you study is all case studies. Because back in New York, I used to talk to homeless people and get their birthday, give them $1 and get their birthday to find out why would make them homeless with the numbers that powerful. You know what I'm saying? Because all the numbers have power. There's nothing weak about your numbers, but there are weaknesses. There are lower frequencies that sometimes, that's why I said numbers are simple. People are complicated. And
brother, how true words were never spoken. Okay, I'll put it like that. Seriously. Because we can add up the numbers.
Yes.
But see, that's why people ask me, well, Lloyd, how do you know a number is good or bad? For me, my answer is just based upon their actions. If they're blocking people's blessings, they causing mayhem and chaos in the society. Obviously, they're not living on the best side of that number. I don't care what it is. They'll say, well, this is the best number on the planet. the best compound number, but the actions, as the elders would say, you can show me better than tell me, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So those would be the things.
And that's why I go to the board a lot, Lloyd. I could show people better. I could tell. I go to the board because you used to teach on the board yourself because you was in City College. I remember.
Yeah.
And I only been to one of your classes at City College. Then he ended up pulling me in front to teach the class. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on here?
But that's my belief in you, brother. What do you want from me? Okay.
I know. Let me, Lloyd. Yo, he had me. I remember who was in the class. You remember? Shatavia was in there. Conjure Queen was in the class.
Yeah, Octavia. Yeah, she's gonna be in my show next month.
Yeah, she was in the class. I'd never forget
June the
that.
6th. June
Conjure
the 6th.
Queen was in the class. Yeah, big up to her. Born July 6th. July 6th. July 6th.
Yeah, July 6th. Thank you. Thank you.
She,
Cancer 6th.
She born the same day as Kevin Hart and 50 Cent. That's why. She born the same day.
Yeah, and the Dalai Lama too.
And the Dalai Lama, exactly.
And ex-President George Bush Jr.
Now share screen now. This is the numerational. Share the screen now. I got another book in front and behind.
Oh, good. Thank you.
That's the new angel numbers, the numerational angles and angel numbers. Because when we see angel numbers, family, I want to just explain something to you. A lot of us will Google up angel numbers, see all this positive, good stuff and all that beautiful. Sounds good. And all of them are right from their perspective. But when you see angel numbers, it's also going to remind you what angle you should take in life. Whether you take the upper angle or the lower angle is totally up to you. And I'm going to explain that in the book, in the introduction, and then I'm going to go right into 0 all the way to 999, and then add some extras like 1111 and all that kind of stuff. But this is a new book coming soon called Numerational Angles and Angel Numbers by King Simon. You know what I'm saying? This book is going to be powerful, Lloyd.
I like the cover. Buddy.
Yeah, the wings won't be coming out like that, though. It won't be flying in your face. That's AI right there, sir. That's AI.
Well, AI did a good job. It looks professional.
I love AI now, but I try to, if I do anything with AI, I've noticed that sometimes when you put up certain numbers and stuff, they get it wrong. So I have to go and correct it and check out and you got to cross reference when you're using any AI or using Chat GPT or using FYI or all that. You got to cross reference. That's what I always do. I got to cross reference. I got to get into my books because I got a whole bunch of books, go study because they don't know Chaldean. AI don't know Chaldean like that. You can't touch Chaldean.
No.
Pythagoras is easy. Pythagoras is real easy. But
the subtle nuances and things like that, that's what makes the difference, you know.
And like you
but
said,
I think it's nice, Simon. Go ahead.
Like you said about the soul, like the AI can't take that away from us because we put the soul and the spirit behind our consultations with people. You feel us. Big up to California. Wagwan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and I'm coming out with an app, Lloyd. I'm coming out with another app. I'm coming out with an app soon.
Well, it's about time, brother. Time.
Yeah. I'm trying to make sure. Not trying. I will. My cousin. He's from my cousin, brother Shango, from Cuba. He's a computer tech, and he called me, and I said, you know what? I told him about your app, and I said I want to do it a little different. And I want to make sure that my voice and my energy is coming through that app if I do anything. I mean, I need to find out if you could do recordings and let people hear my voice. I want to do all of that.
Yeah, the AI will now do that. That's one of the things I'm in the works with.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. So, I want to make sure people get the energy. But again, do not let it take away from booking a consultation with any one of us that are doing it, because all of us have our own different style. Where I know, Jazz will focus on pinnacles and all that. And I do put pinnacles and all that kind of stuff and challenges, but
nobody aces them like Jazz. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But then I like to tell a story about the numbers and how you can carry it along your life. It's a whole story. It's like one word can be, they don't know that G means something. It moves right into the 9, and 9 means going to move into the A, and the A moves right into the 4, and 4 moves, and it keeps on telling this story. This is a story. So if you had a name, let's say your name was Grammar.
Hold up. Why don't you tell the story of Grammar in that way?
Okay, good. Thank you very much. So
You're welcome. Anytime, buddy.
If let's say your name or your personal name is grandma, let's say somebody named your grandma or your mama, say, you know what, man, I'll go call your grandma. First and foremost, already as people that are into numbers will tell you you're supposed to express yourself or be able to write or with the number 3 that shows up in both systems is letting you know something about how you need to take your pain, pleasures, and passion and turn them into profit. That's already letting you know. The G, let's deal with the Pythagorean. G moving into 9. Let's say that's the intuitive 7, of course, the law of attraction 7. But then the 9 is saying be assertive of what you attract to yourself and be assertive with your spirituality. From 9 go to 1. From the completion or the higher level of humanity number, you lead into being a creator or being assertive. And because 9 is the humanitarian number, the higher level, and to avoid wars, 9 can lead right into 1 and say, with your humanitarian service, make sure you're creative. From your creative service, make sure you're at least disciplined. But because 4 shows up, make sure you trust in the universe. With your creativity, finish what you start, be spiritual about what you do, and be adaptable and complete the job. Complete.
Listen. Excuse me, brother. Who gonna argue with that? Okay, come on, please.
Who wants to argue with that story? I'm just giving you 1 or 2 or 3 word meanings for each one of the numbers, but I'm just showing you.
It almost reads like a story the way you're doing it.
Exactly.
And not only that, is 3, which is always the number of expression.
And it adds up to what you need to do with all of this. And
express all of it.
But we know, you and I know that in names, this lasts for 7 years. Then it goes to this lasts for 9 years. This lasts for 1 year. This lasts for 4 years. If you break it all down on a sheet of paper, you're supposed to know how to go put your name put your name in connection with that. And then you'll know, let's say that person born with the G, okay, that G lasted for 7 years from the time you was young until you reach 7 years old. Then from that, the 9 takes over. Then the 1 comes back. Then the 4. That's how it works if you start studying the nuances of this. That's what I'm telling you. The grammar of numerology.
You talking about writing a book doing this, Simon? That's a new concept, you know.
No, actually, that is not a new concept. The story.
Well, it's new to me.
The story is a new concept, but Lynn Buse actually, and even Hitchcock, and not Hitchcock. Lynn Buse definitely wrote the same, recognizing each letter as something, but the story.
No, but she didn't read it like a story, like you did.
I know that. Now I'm reading like a story.
This is time. Excuse me. This is what I'm talking about. Okay?
But I'm going to read it. But Lloyd, I'm going to read it in a storyline in both the Pythagorean and the Chaldean because that's the most mystical and esoteric one. Now you got to go to that deeper part. Now you got to go to the deeper part. So this is the surface, and this gives you the deep part of the esoteric part of it. So that's what I'm trying to say.
I need a favor of you.
Yes, sir.
There's a gentleman in the group visiting. His name is Logan, and today is his birthday. So we know he is an Aquarius 8 person. Right. But what is Logan?
That means
do you have to do that without erasing the board?
I can write it down. I can write it down. I want to see. I want him to see.
So tell me the story about the name Logan. See, break that down for me. Let's get into Logan's business.
Logan, like
Logan, yes,
like the X-Men, Logan.
Yeah,
Logan. Now, when you get into the name Logan, now 7, that's 3. Look at that.
I know that's the 19. That's for sure.
In what system, Lloyd?
The only one I use primarily is Chaldean.
Exactly. Exactly. So yes, that is 19.
That's exactly right.
That is 19. And of course, the other one, that's 10, that's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's 22. So the master number 22 is there. Now let's tell the story about Logan.
Okay, yeah, let's get in his business.
Let's tell
Nothing personal, Logan. Okay, go ahead.
From letter to letter. Put me up in the front. From letter to letter.
Yeah, thank you. Excuse me. Yeah, let's
put me up in the front.
Switch up. Yeah, thank you.
All right, so
now I'm going to take his name off a second so we can see the board. There we go.
So we're taking the L. So more than likely, this is someone who already loved to express himself. The L and the 3 is consistent in the L. Right. An expressive person that loves spiritual understanding and creativity, but needs to adapt at anything that he does and whatever he puts forward. And it adds up to the 22 because you use all of that to become a master builder. And sometimes people that are master builders have to pay close attention to who they allow in their space. So with all this expressive love and spiritual creativity and adaptability, he has to make sure he lays.
So you use the Pythagorean system.
That's just the Pythagorean. That's first. I'm going to go to the other one now. I'm going to go.
Okay. Got you.
Exactly. The esoteric 3 energy, which is also expressive of the spirituality that this person Logan exudes, needs to attract what he wants in his life, be able to write and explain what he wants in his life, and create, again, the creativity and assertive numbers of what he wanted. And again, that number 5 shows up. That 5 is about adapting and also becoming that 19, which is a karmic number. People got to remember that's a karmic number, but it's telling Logan to always stay on the good foot. And whatever you start, you finish. It leads to a number 10. It's the wheel of fortune. Whatever you put your mind to, you can accomplish it, both good and evil. And
now, explain to Logan what a karmic number means by your definition, sir.
The karmic number is there's only 4 known karmic numbers in certain system of numerology. I seem to put in the 18 also, but that's another story. That's between me and the creator. But
go right ahead.
The karmic numbers are those numbers that more than likely you came to, when those numbers show up, you came to deal with certain things in this lifetime. In other words, you came to deal with certain things in this lifetime. That's like when we do the magic square. If you're missing a certain amount of numbers, that means you came through to do certain things in this lifetime that you didn't do in your past life. So sure. 19 is showing up in your life, sir, as a name, as one of your gifts. This is one of the best combination of numbers to have, because not only does it deal with creativity with the 1, but it deals with what you need to finish and always thinking on a higher level of humanity or serving on an international level. But it adds up to the number 10. 10, again, is the wheel of fortune. Anything that 0 follows, it adds extremity to it, especially when it comes to creativity or being a leader.
That's why I say to the 10th power.
To the 10th power, and then it adds up to a number 1, which we already know is the creative aspect. The assertive aspect is the manifestation of whatever you decide to create. So Logan, the gift that you have to offer is not only to be a master builder and healer and teacher, but also you have the gift of being a leader, but you have to finish what you start along the way. And if your mother
you gotta write a book, man.
And if your mother and father encouraged you to do that, that's beautiful. See, I try to keep it simple. I don't get all deep and try to give you all. I try to keep it real simple, because if I can teach a 5-year-old and an 85-year-old in the same room, then my job is done. If I can teach a 5-year-old and an 85-year-old in the same room, my job is done, because once a man, twice a child.
Yeah,
the child is already there, and as you get up to a certain age, you start acting like a child. You start losing teeth. You're wearing diapers, all kinds of stuff. I'm just saying. I remember one time Dick Gregory said to me, he said, "King Simon, I got a diaper on." I said, "Really? That's what you need to tell me?"
Well, he just wanted to share. That's all. He was about sharing. And remember, the last time we saw him was actually when we stood in for him when he was late to appear at an event out in Brooklyn with sponsored with Alton Maddox.
Exactly. And he told me he's wearing a diaper. I like to stand up and do security and just jump on him, make sure he all right. And he told me he's wearing a diaper. He needs to control his urine and all that kind of stuff. And we was just laughing about it. I said, "That was very good to tell me, sir."
Yeah, but he's keeping it real.
Yeah, he is. He's number 3.
Keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we put on a front.
Yes.
And behind this sometimes are challenges or whatever that we do. But I think that's interesting. Simon, that's an interesting concept you're doing, sir. You should write a book on that. Now, no taking credit away from that lady, whoever you talked about, but I never heard it expressed like that. I gotta get another name, man. Okay, hold on.
Now I gotta erase boards.
Listen, we're gonna do Shawan. I want you to do her first name, Shaune.
Now I gotta erase boards now.
And she said she done signed up for your class this Saturday. See, I didn't even see that. See,
really?
All I just said is, okay, I think I know this sister, okay?
And that's
Shaune. Shaune. We'll just do it her first name.
All right, no problem. Here we go.
This is fun, Simon.
I didn't even know I was gonna do this, right?
No, but that's how we work.
Yeah, you got.
That's how we do.
Again, I can show you better than I can tell you. Now, like
Amen.
Lloyd,
Ashe.
like Lloyd says, he stays, but I like what happens. Dr. Laila Africa taught us about being holistic about what we do. Always being holistic. So that's why I love doing both systems. I love doing both systems because it helps to reveal a holistic aspect of the person. Now, when we do the
Shaune.
Yes, I got Haune. I got it.
Okay, right, good. Yeah. Okay, hit it.
I'm doing. And this, which is interesting, this adds up to 25 in the Chaldean system. So remember, I'm doing the Pythagorean on top and the Chaldean on the bottom. Always,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I keep the Chaldean on the bottom because that's the foundation of all the Pythagorean. That's the foundation.
No, I feel you, brother. Go right ahead.
So her name is Shawnee. That's her name. Shawnee or something like that. Shawan. Okay, so let's start with the Chaldean because already it adds up to a number 25, which is the number. If you read my book, and please get my book, because I touch on multiple systems in my book. I'm very adamant about having multiple systems. And in my book, I talk about the number 25 being the number of strength, experience, and observation, strife in life, and all that, and intuition, but also endurance is very important. All right, very important that you stay endured. But what I do as a holistic numerologist or numerovator, 2 and 5 has its own individual meaning. 2 really dealing with the intuitive and the companionship aspect, but 5 dealing with the adapting and freedom loving of it, which adds up to the 7, which deals with the spiritual aspect. So again, just doing with that story, the 2 being in a companionship, being flexible and being spiritual, that's also very good, but being willing to endure, because the number is a number of endurance. The number is a number of observation, paying attention to energy vampires. That's what she needs to do. But let's tell the story from here.
Yeah, please.
Express yourself, because both these numbers are expressive numbers. These are both expressive numbers, the 3 and the 5. Express yourself without letting people get on your nerves. Stay creative, stay loving, but make sure you're willing to adapt and also be versatile in whatever you do in your life. I try to keep it simple. There's more to it, but I try to keep
it simple. How you put where people get on their nerves. Okay.
It's a story, yes, because those 3 and the 5, those are 2 nerve energy. So already I know she got to be very careful.
Simon, that makes sense.
But just let me know that's the first 2 numbers, two numbers, and don't let people get on your nerve, because sometimes you got to go silent. That number 7 is a silent number. Say, yo, look, somebody got to go quiet. Sometimes you got to go woosah. You got to go meditate. You got to quiet down.
Simon, you come up with a whole nother concept. You do know that, don't you?
Look, I just do what I do because my spirit is telling me what I got to do. Right now, I got things.
Well, I like how your spirit is working, because it makes sense to me, and things got to make sense to me, buddy.
And you know, my ancestors be talking to me like crazy. So let's go to the top. Let's go to the Pythagoras.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. The creative aspect of who she are the creative aspect of who she is will lead her to abundance. But she has to be disciplined with her money, and she has to be focused on saying what she mean and mean what she says in a communicative manner while being flexible and adaptable, which adds up to the royal star of the line
of the Magi.
Huh? Say again.
Royal star of the Magi.
The Magi and the royal star, the lion and the lioness. Yes.
And in fact, Haile Selassie was born on July 23rd.
On the 23rd, exactly. And that's one of the best combinations of numbers to have, which adds up to the 5, which allows her to be free and be able to break free when it's time. Also, these are 2 traveling numbers. Freedom and travel, traveling overseas, all of this will tell them what but her gift is the ability to communicate freely without letting people stagnate her, and being able to intuitively pick up on people's energy. That's one of her gifts.
This is interesting, man.
That's one of her gifts. Remember, the name reveals the gift, talents, and skills. Now, what you do with that gift is up to you. What you do with that talent.
Now, Simon, seriously, we're going to do another name. Real simple. Lloyd.
Your name?
Yeah, I rarely do something like this, but it'd be interesting to see how you're going to do this.
Okay. All right, now Lloyd been knowing his name for years now.
Yeah, like forever. Thank you.
Now, anytime I see, like again, when I see these master numbers showing up in the double L's, I always talk about it because those are very significant. Very significant when you see those. Now, y'all see, Lloyd, we know that 33 is the master healer, master teacher, which Lloyd is.
I hadn't thought of it like that, Simon. That's interesting.
Like, remember, Laila Africa is spelled double L-A-I-L-A. So when you start seeing the double L, whether it's a long L or a big L or a small L, once you see them together like that, it's representing the master number 33. That means it intensify the name and the word itself. So if that's the master number of being youthful and play, Lloyd, just in the beginning of his name, is telling him he always have to maintain a youthful attitude about what he does already in both systems. You understand? Then the educational part comes in, the willingness to learn, the spiritual aspect comes in, the willingness also to pay attention to his intuition and then manifest it through the work that he is, because that's how he's building right now. That's how he builds himself. That's how he builds his brand, through loving what he does in a jovial, happy manner, being balanced and in harmony with his spiritual existence while building. Look at that story.
You got to write a book. And it adds a 23, by the way.
And it adds a 23. Yeah, I'm about to get there. Again, while being flexible and being that royal star of the Lion and Lioness. I'm just saying, Lloyd, does that make sense to people? Please, does that make sense? Put the number 1.
Well, it makes sense to me, and things got to make sense to me. Okay.
Put that number 1. Now let's go to the bottom side, because everything changes a little bit over just around here. That's all. Just around this area.
That last 3.
Right. Just those last 3. That's where it changes, right? So what I love about both systems is that you can still tap into both of them and use them, because this adds up to a number 18. Now, this already tells me Lloyd will, as nice as Lloyd is, he will argue with you. Don't let people,
me?
Yeah, Lloyd, don't. One thing about Lloyd, as sweet as he is, don't get on his nerve, because you see the double 3, don't get on his nerve. You can't pop up on him anytime in your life. You can't just pop up on his house.
You got jokes, Simon. I'm a nice guy.
You're a nice guy, but he took Aikido and all these different types of martial arts too. Don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you. So that is very important. And of course, again, this spiritual aspect of the playful, and like Les Brown would say, think like a child but work like an adult. That's what that 33 also means. But also that 33 is a master number of healing in both perspective, both spiritually and physically and spiritually. And then again leads to the 7, which is the law of attraction, but the spiritual, deeper research number. So you notice that you got the deep research number, but you got the master number. In order for you to be a master, you got to research. You got to dig deep in order for you to be a master of what you do. And then, of course, the assertive number 1 comes in, the hard work come in, the 18, which says you got to finish whatever you start. So if you're healing and being the child that you are, you still have to maintain spiritual acumen. You still have to be spiritually connected. You still have to be able to assertively direct and create what you want to read and build what you have to build, but you got to finish what you start. 18 is the number of the moon. So we already know 18 and tarot is the number of the moon. Remember, I do in my book, I got tarot.
It's called the Raid Moon.
Yes, called the Raid Moon.
This is where drops of blood is coming from the moon, falling into the mouths of dogs with their open mouths.
The symbolism of it, but the symbol of it in words is the material side, striving to destroy the spiritual side.
It's described as the power of mediumship.
Exactly.
The physical side warring against the spiritual side of man's nature.
But between both sides of the realm, because he's dealing with physical and spiritual.
Yeah.
So yes, Lloyd is able to tap in intuitively, but also reveal what it's here to serve in humanity also. So there's a story you want to tell and that's what I mean by the grammar of numeration, because again, I want you, remember what my motto is. Family, remember what my motto is. Activate, don't stagnate. Activate, don't stagnate when you do a session with me. I don't want you to be stagnant. And some people, I feel like I'm stagnant. I don't feel like I'm going nowhere. If you allow yourself not to feel like you're going, then you will not go, because Everything is happening in the mind. And if the mind ain't thinking on the right, the behind will follow. If the mind ain't thinking right, the behind will follow. So we got to stay on top of it, my brother.
That is true. That is true. That is true.
It takes work, though. It takes playing and working at the same time. It takes plurking.
Oh, can you? Yeah, because somebody just mentioned plurking. I saw that a little bit back here. Oh,
it takes plurk.
Hold on. Wait, I just saw it. Oh, right here. Cosmic Sunflower says plurking is wild.
Yeah, plurking is wild.
You know this person, Simon?
I may let me see. You know.
Her name is Cosmic Sunflower.
Well, she's not a baby mother, so that's good. She plurking. You're like a plurk.
Well, Simon, can you stay just about 5 or 10 more minutes?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Yeah, thanks. Simon, I think this is interesting.
I'll go right.
And I got to tell you, I might try that incorporation. I might do that. That brings to the whole table a whole nother way of, because this tells me even if you don't have the person's birthday, do you understand what you just did for me?
But
there's a way of reading the name.
You mentioned
how you read the name. You read it like a story.
But you remember that's how they used to teach the Chaldean system. You remember they used to say Oz and they used to say DMT and they broke down what each letter mean so you can get it because Chaldean was so hard to learn. You just have to break down the words in the story. So I said to myself, wait a minute, why can't you just break down the whole name or the birthday? Because I could break down a birthday in a story too. Because that's the life path. That's the path you're taking throughout life. Why not break it down? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like when my dear Jazz will say, that's the first number when you add the month and the day, it's the pinnacle, the first pinnacle. Okay, and Kevin Avery will say achievement number. Yep. I say alignment number, but I always say the pinnacle is here to help you align to be in your achievement. There's the story. Without one, those two things, it's telling you what you're supposed to do in the beginning of your life. So I'm like, wait a minute, why not? There's no rules. Rules tell you to go tap into your intuition. I just broke down the numbers. Rules was made to be broken. I just broke down.
Now, Jazz has put in the link to get to you. Is this correct? This is correct, knowing Jazz.
Yeah, you put up there. That's it. Yeah.
No, that's Jazz. No, I know how she operates. She don't play.
Yeah. Why is Monique calling me? Is Monique not watching? Come on, Mo. You ain't calling me right now. Stop playing. You need to be watching, Lloyd. Straight home.
No, they feel free. This is Stephen Scala. He made a donation, but he didn't.
Hey, Stephen, how you doing, sir?
He didn't give a birthday, and this is
no, but he could still deal with his name. Well, I know.
Okay, want to deal with his name, and then this is Randall.
Randall is one of my clients, so I know Randall. Big up. His name is DJ Bucket Naked. That's Bertie Mac's little cousin. I'm joking.
Yeah, everybody's got their own little flavor up in there, you know. Let me see if Steve by any chance gave his birthday too. So you're gonna do Stephen, right?
You want to do his name?
Oh, and Stephen, Stephen, thank you very much for the donation, buddy. It's Steven.
I could do his name, because Stephen is spelled multiple ways. We already know that. We know that. So he's still
25, now, 26, 27, 28. I think I got Stephen mentally the way I spelled it. That's 10, 25, 26, 27, 28. His under the Chaldean his name Stephen underneath, which is what you're gonna put the letter share at the 28. I just did it right quick in my head.
Yes, you're so good at that. And you wasn't even a mathematician back in school. What's that?
No.
Me neither.
No, I got a lot of D's. That was for dynamic, though. You know what I mean? That's what it was. I was very dynamic.
Don't worry about it. I got. Yo, Lloyd. Hey,
I didn't think so at the time.
Lloyd, I'm telling you, that is so funny. You're right. And now, people, we know 28 is known as the divorce number.
Yes, that is known as the compound number, the divorce number.
Right, 28 is the number. Just dealing with that, all the telling me Stephen got to learn to divorce himself from people, places, and things that no longer serves his purpose.
And no longer try to take his money. Because that's where the divorce is, not just through marriage, but divorce from your money.
Exactly. Because because they might have to start all over again. Right.
Yeah.
In life. Exactly.
Go right ahead.
And Stephen, and you got a master number 22 up here, which is interesting, which is a 4, the lower octave of the number. A lot of people don't want to break down the number 22. And let me say this about master numbers. A lot of people born under the master number that have these frequencies, some numerologists will tell you never break it down to the lesser digit, but everybody is not a master automatically. So you have to use that lesser digit to help get to that masterful point, if it makes sense to anybody out there. Because no one is always an automatic master. So we're not telling you to negate it, but make sure you pay attention, because maybe the 4 is allowing you the discipline in the building apparatus to grow into this master number 22. Always look at that from that perspective, and that's what I try to tell most people. I tell most of my clients that want to hold on to this 22 energy, but don't realize that with great power comes great responsibility. And the number 28 is the symbol of promise and possibilities and carefully planning for the future, Stephen. Because you got a lot of 5s in your chart, so you could probably get a little reckless and all over the place and doing all kinds of stuff. You got to be very careful. That's why this is telling you to plan for the future. This is also giving you disciplinary numbers, especially because you have all these 5s in your chart. Okay? You got a lot of 5s in your chart. So when you do it here, the creative balance aspect of how you adapt to your building your life will allow you to adapt and be versatile. Thus, get to the master number.
Reach the master number 22 level.
22 level, which is the master teacher, master guide. But don't negate the 4, because you might not be a master right away. There's a lot of anomalies out there. You got children that have been masters and turned out to be, even Jesus, according to biblical theology, was a master. His name adds up to a master number 11. So go figure that one out. Go ahead with that. Okay. Again, going down here to Stephen again, that the willingness to communicate, because these two numbers, this number, these are, from my perspective, are 3 communication numbers. This one communicates to express and expand. This one,
that's a 3.
All right. This one communicates to build and to structure. And it has to be clear in its communication. 4 always got to be clear in how they communicate, because they get misunderstood. The number 4 and the number 8. The 5 is another form of communication, but it's the freedom to be able to express yourself. 6 says bring balance. And again, here comes the adaptability and the versatility number also. So communicate and express yourself on a high jovial level with foundation and love and the willingness to build, and also adapt with a loving, versatile, and adaptable manner, leading to the number 28, which is a divorce number. Hold on, let me turn that off. Which is the divorce number. Being careful of who you allow in your space. You got to divorce yourself from negative people, places, and things, and also be compassionate and recognize who are assets and liabilities in your life, especially with money, finance, all of that stuff. Very important. Leads to the wheel of fortune. Again, wheel of fortune, whatever you put your mind to, you could accomplish it, both good or evil, and you will be a leader at whatever you do. But you still need that master number discipline. You still need to stay focused. Go ahead, Lloyd.
Simon. I'm listen, I gotta give you props, brother. You good. This is so if I come up with that concept, you know where I got it from. So if y'all hear me start breaking down your names like that, but it's almost like you're telling a story in segments. It's interesting.
I come from a family of playwrights in Jamaica. So I understand that's what brought it out to me, because my aunt, more than likely my aunt is coming to me. She was born February 6th. She used to write, those that are from Jamaica, she used to write the pantomime plays in Jamaica. And my uncle, her former husband, is still a writer for the Gleaner at 80 years of age. He's the one that writes and critiques the movies and plays in America and bring it to the Gleaner. His name is Michael Record. My aunt was named Verena Record. And then they was playwrights for pantomime and different plays and all that. They never put out a book. My aunt spoke 6 different languages. I understand. I can't understand.
Really?
So she was brilliant. And my uncle, he's a reverend now, Reverend Michael Record. But Record is also his brother Lloyd Record was one of the writers for a lot of the Jamaican movies back in the day. Also, Paul Campbell was talking about him. Also, Paul Campbell, the actor from Shatters and and movies like Third World Cop and all of that, and Dancehall Queen, Walk on Live, Talk on Clot. That Paul Campbell told me that Lloyd and the Record Family was one of his teachers. And I said, yeah, that's the family. Yeah, that's the family. That's the family.
Well, I do have one that wants the birthday. It says, can you explain their numbers 9, 16, 92 right quick?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Here we go. Hold on, one second. Yeah, and people
but you know what, though? I'm more interested in the name. While you're doing the name, I'll do the birthday right quick. And this will be it. Then I'll let you go.
Okay, yeah. So I'll do the name and you do the birthday.
Her name is Velvet.
Yeah, you go ahead and do
Okay, it's VELVETT.
No, I got it. No, but you go ahead and do the birthday right now.
While this person, that means you would be a earth sign with a water number. That means you would be practical yet analytical, intuitive yet very commonsensical about things. This would be a nurturing combination, so to speak, because it's composed of water by number, earth by sign, which is anytime you plant anything on God's green earth, these are the two elements. You don't plant anything in God's green earth with fire and air. No, they have its part to play. But anytime you see your fruits, your vegetables that you see grow, that comes from two major components: putting seeds in rich soil and then watering it to complete the germination process to make it grow. Your key numbers are the 7, 2, and 5. You happen to be in a 7 personal year, which matches your date of birth. So this is very quiet, reflective, soul searching, things of that nature. And you worry because 7 is the worry sign, Virgo is the worry number. So you worry a little bit more than you need to. And the sad part about it is majority of the things you worry about never come to pass. So it's really a waste of time, although it's easier said than done, especially if you've been in the worry mode for quite some time. Okay, Simon, you ready? So I can let you go, man.
Interesting that you said that. Now, see, what I want to explain to a lot of people that while your birthday numbers are working, so are your name numbers. All of them are working. It's just like the organs in your body. They're all doing their own function. Now, which one you, in numerology, which one you decide to put on or turn up the volume is up to you on its most positive level. So like he just broke down the birthday right now, 16 and all that. Now, if you're not astute in the numbers or the meaning of it, look at the 16 not as just a number that can be fatal or allow you to worry, but also the number to allow you to meditate more instead of worrying on it. Meditate and manifest. So when I go to her name adds up to 25 in the Pythagorean, that 7 shows up again. Boom! In the Pythagorean, it shows up. Again, the number is of endurance. 25 is the number of endurance and the number of experience and observation. And she has a master number 33 over here, which tells me you have to be jovial and love what you do and have a playful, childlike attitude. Now, because it has the master number 33 and the 6, you attract people that need help and healing a lot. So you got to be very careful. So whoever comes in your life, either you're going to help them to be their best but don't try to coddle them. Don't try to control them. Try to make sure you help them to be their best through spiritual working. Now let's go through the name. Notice you got 44 and 22. So already in the Pythagorean system, you got the master number 2. Remember, this enhances the meaning of this expression.
That makes sense. That makes sense, Simon.
44. These enhances this, makes it more intensified. So when you start seeing double T's and double 4s, look at it as the master number, the master builder, the master dedicator, or the one who has to trust in the order of the universe. Because when you don't trust, especially because you're born on 16, when you overthink, that could be a problem. When you keep on thinking yourself out of things and thinking when in actuality you're supposed to be the master that you are by building things in a jovial, happy manner and teaching the wisdom that you've gained over years. Now, when you start from here, here's the thinking number again. The overthinking number, that 4, is a mental number. So you got to be very careful of overthinking, but make sure you work hard to build your mindset. Be adaptable. Be willing to express yourself. Be willing to lay the foundation as far as one of the middle numbers. Again, the adaptable number comes in, the master number 22. So whatever you do as far as foundation laying and making sure that your mind is always right and balanced, because all even numbers represents the balance aspect of who you suppose. Because when you're off balance, that's when you'll fall lesser than what you're supposed to be. So always think on a balanced level, just because of the 4 and the 6. Always thinking on adaptability and a communication level because of the double 5. Always think on willing to express yourself because of the double 3s. Remember, 4 and 6 again shows up with balance, but also the willingness to work hard, be balanced, be flexible, be adaptable, be willing to use the master numbers and be the master builder that you are, but make sure you attract what you want into your life. Both positive and negative can come, but be willing to number 25 on its own means observing, endurance, and experience. 33 is the master number of, and 44 is the master number of dedicating yourself, master of dedicating yourself, but trusting in the order of the universe. And 33 says, enjoy while you're doing it. Enjoy life. Everything has a calm and a storm. What are you thinking and overthinking? We ain't getting out of here alive. Just have some fun.
Not that I know. Last time I checked, no one walks out of here in one piece.
Nobody. Only time I heard about that is Methuselah and Enoch in the Bible. I ain't heard about it nowhere else. So,
let me say this. This woman, she just made a donation, and she says, "Help. Please don't leave." Okay, so this will be the last one. You want to just do her? You do her
name.
Yes, she goes by Katana, although she says Kiana Jefferson. So now, what do you do in a case like this? You think you want to take Katana C?
I don't know which
or
one.
Kiana Jefferson.
Put Kiana. So, but
let's
see,
do. Yeah, I was going to say let's take Kiana.
That's why personally I don't like to do quickies, because you might come up with some. Our people might submit certain things that $10 and all that, and that's quickies are good, they're cute, but it's really personal for me. I'm really serious about what I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't even do relationships. I send relationships to Lloyd or Jackie. I don't do relationships because people ain't serious. I leave it alone. I tell people my relationship session costs a rack. If you know what a rack is, then you know what I'm talking about.
Because she said, don't mention divorces. It's not. First of all, who would say anything about divorces? I mean, we certainly didn't bring it up.
What they said? What happened?
No need for us to mention it.
Don't mention divorces. I'm good at it. I'm good at it. You're good at divorcing.
Well, let me do. If I did her name, that's 6, 7, 8, 9,
which one you doing though?
12, 13, 14. I just did her name quickly into the Chaldean system. I did the Katana.
Oh, you doing the Katana? Okay.
But if I did Kiana, that's hold on, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a 1.
10, right.
That'd be a 10 or 1.
And Katana adds up to what? That's 2.
Katana adds up to 13.
13.
Yeah, 10. Oh, did I do it right? 10.
I'll take it to the board, but I'm take the one inside the inside the writing. You gotta look at the one in the writing.
Yeah.
She might have messed that up. Put it up. What is your real name?
That is true. She could have misspelled it too.
And she added the T on it.
So let's do Kiana, which is a 10 or 1 in the Chaldean.
Let her put it in the chat. What's her real name? Is it Katana or is Kiana? What is? Come on now, let's not confuse people.
Well, here, okay, she's got it as Katana C.
Oh, so it's Katana. So
yeah, and then here it is, Katana. Please don't go. Thank you. So evidently she needs something. But I tell you this, I can understand because she's in a 4 personal year. And 4 is one of the opposition numbers to the number 3 and the sign of Libra at the same time. So when I say an opposition, 4 simply means that this year, my dear, is a year you got to put in the effort. You got to, as Simon and I say, and others, and Jazz, you got to put in the work. You won't be able to get around it, no kind of way whatsoever. But it's not a bad thing because it's the kind of cycle that what you put in is what you get back. So if you don't make an effort, effort won't come to you. It's like sending a ship out there, but if you don't send a ship out, you can't expect no cruise liner to come back with loads of goodies and stuff like that. So you got to put in the effort. And I think a lot of people don't like the 4 cycle because it means they got to make that effort, but it's you get what you put in. It's just that simple. You can't get around it. Now, the newer generation. She's not born in the late 90s, early 2000s, where there's this role of entitlement that, you know, you owe me something. She's still kind of in the generation where, you know, you got to earn your keep.
You know, what we see here in the Chaldean is 14, which is 5, and she's born on that 3rd. We got to remember now, those are nervous energies. Those are energies that can always, their mind is going so much. They're going so many places. That's why she probably needs help, period. She needs help. But remember, the 4 is here, the 4-year, and although it's a challenge, it's going to challenge you to build your character this particular year. And then your 5, as far as your name says, you got to learn how to adapt, improvise, and overcome. This is the year to do it. Even in the 4-year, because we know the 4, 5, 6, 7 is all about that crossroads of her life she's in now. She's in a crossroads cycle. But you need to enjoy, because crossroad only means cross the road, be decisive, don't be scattered. And the 20, which says this is a number of the awakening, but 20 can be very emotional. So there's things that can be happening emotionally that's allowing you talking about, I need help, I need help. The only help you're going to find is within yourself, to tell you the truth. It's you. We can say whatever we want to say about numbers and astrology and all that kind of cardology and all of that. At the end of the day, if you're still maintaining a scattered mindset because you have the 5 as far as Katana is concerned, or you're born on the number 3, which is also a scattered mindset. If you're maintaining that scattered vibration, then you are the problem. And that's why Ian Levanzant, born September the 13th, always say the problem is in the same room with the solution is in the same room with the problem. And I always say
how true that is. How true that is.
I changed it around and said the solution is in the same mirror with the problem. You're the problem, ma'am. You are. And I'm not one of those people that mix words. I can tell just by you are the problem. And that's why you got to find out what problem you deeply have from whatever you holding on from your past, especially because your alignment number adds up to a number 4. What are you holding on from your past? What happened with mommy? What happened with daddy? What is it? And do you need therapy? Because your alignment number, remember, that 10 plus the 3 equals 13. 13 can be a very powerful number, but it can also be a devastating number if you don't realign with what happened to you when you was a child. What happened with mom and dad or somebody in your family that you need to go and get therapy from? And are you running away from therapy? Run to it, ma'am. Don't run away from it.
Simon, my time is up because you know how we do. We could talk about this all night long, buddy.
Mic drop.
I want to thank you. Now hold up. I want you to explain to everybody about this event coming up that they can enroll in. Let me just get the banner out the way a second.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
Simon, hit it, buddy.
All right. The grammar of numeration and how to consciously articulated is happening on this Saturday, February 22nd from 1 to 3. I might go a little longer, of course, online workshop. And this is where I'm going to show you how to break some rules, but yet respect the base. Break
True
some
Aquarian,
rules.
brother. True Aquarian.
Break the rules, but respect the base. We still have to respect the base. We still got to respect that 1 means creativity and 2 means companionship. We still got to respect that. We got to respect all.
No question.
But there is rules that can be broke because the word rules still deals with that 2 and 7 energy that you have to go within in order for you to find. And within your energy, your energetic energy is out of limits. It's no limits for your image. That's why energy can't be created or destroyed. So that's what my show. I mean, I got a lot of information for y'all on, and I'm gonna go straight in. There's no fluff. I like this, Lloyd, you know me, I'm a number 1.
No, I was gonna say, I know you don't play, Simon.
I say what I mean and mean what I said. I ain't fluffing it.
There is no doubt about how you roll when you do your things.
And Katana, please, I apologize if I hurt any feelings, but I know this is sensitive times for you, but I'm telling you, family, I'm telling you, Katana, why I speak so passionately, because I know you can handle it. You're talking to somebody who almost took his life 3 times in my life. I know you can handle. I'm here now. I'm here. I could have been a mantle on my mother's thing at 8 years old because I almost took it at 8. So I'm telling you, you can handle it because I handled it. So don't take it personal. Just get a full session with me when you're ready. Let's do this. Let's work this out.
And not only that, but please get all of Simon's books, all of his books. All you got to do is go to Amazon, click on the sections of books, and type in the name King Simon, and you will see every single one of his books. Okay.
That's right.
He has the newest book out that's available
Yes.
right
ebook.
there. So you can text and you will get the ebook.
Right.
Yes, Simon. So can you send me the ebook, please? I'd like to have that in my collection. Thank you.
It is free. It is free for everybody that participate in the workshop. And remember, in my Numeration book, remember the 5 known mental health numbers that either go to stability or instability from my studying of the pattern, cycles, and sequence. Number 4 is first on the chart. Then it's 7, then it's 8, then it's 5 and 3. 5 and 3 is only low on the chart because 5 and 3 can have nervous breakdowns.
Right, they deal with the nerves. Yeah,
right.
Yep.
It could lead to depression. That nervous.
Now, who's the third one after 4 and 7?
8, because they can suffer from lonely thoughts and lonely.
But that makes sense too, knowing what I know of these numbers.
It's in the book. It's in the book. I got it in there. Got it in that book. Yeah.
I know.
Lord, hey, thank you, brother.
Love you, man. You the
best. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, let me cut you off. Don't be doing.
All y'all hear is doom.
But they say cut off the mic, right?
Doom.
Simon, you have no shame.
No, I don't, sir. I'm none at all, my brother. I'm none at all, because that's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for. I got bells and whistles.
Simon, listen, I hope you have a great reception on the 22nd. For those of you, please be there. Let me show this one more time so there is crystal clarity. Take a screenshot. All right. Copy the link. Go there and get your tickets. Simon don't play.
And I have fun. I have the same way I'm having fun now. I have fun on my show.
Everybody knows how you do. That's your reputation.
You see my wild ass here, my
afro. Laughter, which is how you learn.
Yes, it's how you learn. Laughter.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're not knocking them over the head. You're not trying to preach to them, but you're putting it in a way that have that sense of humor. And actually, people will retain it too, much longer.
Exactly.
So you know what you're doing, brother. You ain't been a professional promoter for about 40, 50 years and stuff like that. You're the best. You're the best, Simon. When it comes to promotion, you're good.
We are the best.
Brother, have a blessed day. Thank you so much, Simon.
Thank
you. And I know your workshop this Saturday is going to be a success. It is Saturday, right?
Yes, the 22nd. Yeah, the 22nd.
That's 22nd Saturday. That's this Saturday. Don't wait till the last minute to get your tickets, because knowing Simon, the room is going to be full. And also, please, if you want to download to get his newest free, it is free.
That's free. It's free for those who participate in the workshop, but it's $5.55. Just text me if you want the book, if you can't make it to the work. And if you can't make it to the workshop, you can pay for the workshop, get your free ebook, and watch it later on, because it'll be your link forever. So it is what it is. All right. It's your link to
Thank you. Thank you. And I want to let you know, thanks so much, Simon. And I want to let you know that on Wednesday, this Wednesday, I'm having Sasha B.
Ooh,
she
Sasha
is into, stop it, Simon. She's born November 28th. She is a wellness and mindset coach for women.
Yeah.
So this is for you. You know, she'll have a poster of it. This is Sasha B, who will be on the show live with Lloyd this particular Wednesday. And she's a great person. So anyway, I gotta thank all my sponsors, keeping it real, which is Uchenna, U-Juice. It is absolutely sugar-free. It is absolutely delicious. Trust me on this. This you gotta have. You gotta order it. You go to Livet, Livet store.com. That's how you order it. Livet, Livet store, livetstore.com to order the juices. It'll take you right to the website. You can make your choices. You can either order a combination of all of them. When I ordered my case, it was all on the purple side. That's my flavor. That's the one I'm feeling. Also, I need to thank Nicholas Brooklyn. And in fact, it was through King Simon that I was introduced to Nicholas Brooklyn. It was through King Simon that I got StreamYard. It was through King Simon I got Linktree. So what I'm saying is, my father said, never be afraid to give a man his credit where it's due. And I thank Simon to the hilt. That's how we roll with this. Also, Manifest on Purpose, Miss Kimberly. She is the best at what she does. She's a Leo 4 person, and she will always kind of give stories to raise your consciousness. And Nkaru, he is in Nairobi, but he will be back in the States soon. And in March, he's going to be part of my 3rd period of the Power series. I've given it on numerical cycles this month I've given it on relationships. And so on Wednesday, next month, it'll be on precious metals. So I need to thank them again. This is King Simon. Please make sure you are in attendance and sign up for the course. And speaking of courses, I teach a professional workshop. You know, this president, 47 president, has been firing tens of thousands and thousands of workers. And it's not right now, it's just in the government sector, but it has a ripple effect in the private sector too. So I'm saying if you need to learn a skill that both Simon and I and others teach with a professional level, you can, I ask you to join my site. You just go to Linktree/numbers in you, Linktree/numbers in you, or numbersinyollc@gmail.com. That's numbersinyollc@gmail.com. You know, essentially, we're a little past February. It's the shortest month in the year. But for those of you who would like to get your February newsletter, that's absolutely free. No, we don't sell your mailing list, so you ain't got to worry about that. We respect your privacy. And just write to Linktree/numbers in you and just sign up for it. And if you want to hear the audio version, which is Miss Kimberly and myself, well, you can go there and see it too. And also, if you want to get the longer version, what each month is, we gave a month for the month of January, the month of February, all the way through the end of the year. And it's gotten quite a bit of responses too. So I do want to thank you. And lastly, for those of you who want to get what few books are left from Jazz Aphrodite, please make sure you go to jazzaphrodite.com/shop and pick up whatever books are left. But I've got 2 of my books. In fact, I've got 4 of her books, 2 autographed and 2 wrapped. When you see how the love her mother wraps her books in, man, I don't even want to open it. So I just said, give me another one. So it was like that. So anyway, I want to thank everybody. And by the way, in April, I'm going to do a palmistry. My first palmistry introduction was through King Simon. Simon, I hate to blame everything on you, but it's true. And he was the one, and I did my first PowerPoint ever through King Simon on palmistry at Nicholas, Brooklyn. So I'm going to be doing a palmistry, reading the power of your hands and what stories they tell. And that will be in April. All right. So everybody, I do want to thank you. Again, Simon, you're the absolute best, buddy. And you take good care of yourself. And I wish you all the best on Saturday. I know you're going to rock them. I know how you roll.
Thank you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody, I do want you to take good care and please support my brother. Please do that. As you see, we both have issues. I think I'm a little bit more there than he is. He's got more work to do. Only kidding, Simon. Only kidding.
I love it. That's some fun.
Only kidding. Take care. Bye, folks.